Okay, what I'm gonna do in this video is go through how to basically set up Windows Azure for just basically getting networking computers to work properly. Alright, currently have a cloud service going on right now, so I'm just gonna create a new one. And the first thing you need to do to make sure everything works correctly is to actually create a network. Alright, and you go ahead and give it a name. You can create a new Infinity group, which basically is just to group them together in their own little lab. So we can do, we're going to put it in West, and we're going to say test one group. Currently there's no DNS here, so this you can just go next. And this one is the IP range that we want for that. I'm going to give it a, I only need a couple of servers, so I'll take it down to DOS 8. And the group is creating. All we have to do is wait. Okay, so once the group is done creating, I advise you to wait until everything is done. You'll see the test that we just created. It says created. It has your subscription information, and it also has your affinity group here, and it tells you that you're in the west, basically west coast of the United States. Okay, the next thing I would advise to do, or what I normally do, is basically I move up the list. I'll go ahead and create a cloud service. And I make sure I put it in the same group as my network. Oh, so this cloud is already in use. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Already in use. So let's say cloud 1, 2. Good. And give it a few minutes for that to be created. So what you get here is you get the name of it that's been created. Now this will not run until you have something on it, like a VM or whatever service you're using. Staging is also give you a prescription, and it will tell you your location, which will be on the test group, and it will give you your connection URL. Alright, the next thing I also normally do before actually going to create my VMs is actually get a storage listed there. So I'll go new storage. The only option you have is a quick create for storage, and I normally like to give it the same name, so I'll give it test cloud 2.1. And then I'll make sure it's in the same group, and I'll make sure my geo replication is checked. Then I'll create a storage group, and let's give it a few minutes till that creates. Okay, so once that storage group is created and it's online, basically the same thing. I mean, all the location, everything has to be on the test group one to make sure everything works right. So once we have a network, we have a cloud service, and we have a storage. Now we're going to setting up our virtual machine for that cloud. First of all, what I like to do is basically I always have my DNS for that, because I like everything to be, if you're doing an environment, you have to have a DNS server within the environment. So for that, now quick create, it's something that they created, which is supposed to be, make everything simple, but from my experience, quick create doesn't give me exactly what I want. It will create a new, it automatically create a new instance for everything you do. Right? For example, it wouldn't allow you to select your own storage, your own cloud service. It tries to give it the name of the server you want to create. So that doesn't actually work for me. So what I normally do is go to what's it called? So what I normally do is go to from gallery. It's a few more clicks, but it actually at the end of the day I get exactly what I want. So I say test cloud 2.1 dash name can only contain name hyphens. You must Oh yeah, I know. S1. So test cloud. Well, that's my naming convention. Test cloud 21 since that's the environment, and the S1 since so what I need here is DNS. So because I'm putting the DNS, and DNS doesn't take a lot, so I'll go ahead and put in a small. And then I'll get username and password. Next. Now here's where it gets a little bit dicey. See, the quick create will do something like this. So I'll automatically put my DNS for the name, but I already have a cloud service that I want to use, which is this one. This is where I always use from the gallery instead of the quick connect. And the group, it's a test1 network. And you see, once I do that, it gives me my IP range that I selected initially when I created the network. And storage account, I wanted to use this one. No availability group set. Good, next. Alright, I'll go ahead and leave everything here as default. It will automatically give me a port number here, which is fine. So I go ahead and hit on this. Actually, let's change this to, can you change to auto? Now. Let's change to auto. So I'll go next. And it starts to provision my account. This will take a few minutes. Once it's done, I'll be back. So once the cloud is done creating the server, you get something like this, the name of the server, and it's running. Same thing like you normally get, subscription and the location, and then the DNS name. The DNS name is always going to be the cloud service name, but if you go into the server, this is actually where you get the properties of the actual server that we just started up. So this will tell you the DNS name, which is the same as the cloud service name, the host name. This is the public IP for the actual cloud service, and this is the private IP for the server. Okay. Then you go into the monitor. This basically gives you how the server is doing and everything. And the endpoint, which is actually what I want us to look at in here. The endpoint basically gives you the ports that you need to actually connect to that virtual server. So here you see it automatically gives us a port of 5000, which is the same as 3389 internally to the server. So while we're in here, let's just look at configuration. Basically, it's just telling you how everything is configured. Not a really big deal for what we're doing right now. So what we need to do, what we need from here is the DNS name and the remote desktop public port number. So once you get the cloud service name and the port, all you need to do is bring up a remote desktop. So once you have remote desktop up, you just put in the name of the cloud, the DNS name with a semicolon, and then the port to make an RDP connection, you know that, and then the username that we actually created for that server when we're creating it. And then you hit and connect, and it will prompt you for the password. Just connecting. Yeah, then ask me again, and just taking a sweet time. You connected in another window, but you connected. So because we had we used extra small with the low memory and everything, and just one core, it's gonna be a little bit, it's gonna move a little bit sluggish, but that's okay. You don't need all that power for just a DNS server, really. So extra small is really fine. All we need to come in here is maybe once or twice, and that's it. So. Okay, so once everything is loaded up, it should have a screen like this, which is the new Server 2012 Service Manager. Good. One thing I normally do is, oops, not this. It's gonna be the first IP, but I just want to make sure. So it's this is my IP. Okay, 04. Fine. So the first thing I do is go to the local server. Since this is gonna be my DNS server, I want to make it. I should have done it the other way. I want to make it static IP. Well, it's not that yet, but this is what it's gonna be. So let's just put it there now, just in case it doesn't automatically do it, which it normally does. But yeah. Yeah, you get a flicker like this because it does interrupt the connection for a bit, since it's a network connection, but it should come right back up. And then you close that, and then from here you can go to add roles. It's a role-based or feature-based installation. Configure on a single server by adding roles. So basically the same, we configure a role on a single server. That's fine. Oh yes, here we make sure that we're selecting the server, which is the only one in the environment. And what do we need here? Let's go crazy with this. Let's do that one. Let's do DNS. No static address found on this computer, but I just gave it a static IP address. Don't worry about it. And then what else do we do? Well, if I want to do remote PowerShell, I could do this, but I don't want to put in a load on the server. So those two are fine. On the feature side, what features do I really need? And you guys know you can always come back and redo this, so this is just, I don't need anything. This is just the basic same disclaimer you get, and all this Active Directory basically goes through what you get and what you don't get. The same spiel. Yeah, and install. This is still going to take a while, so I'll be back once it's done. So once it's done installing, you get a screen like this, blah blah blah. Let's go ahead and close that. And then you'll see a little notification here, which means that there's an action that is required. Let's go up there, pull that up, and it's saying that post deployment configuration. So let's go ahead and promote the server. DC promo basically. Okay. Do you want to add it to an existing forest? No. I want to go ahead and just make my own new forest here. And what was the name of? Let's go back here. Test cloud. So I'm going to make a new forest, call it test cloud. This one is going to be just in case I want to route it back in. Who knows? That's why I'm going to put the hazelnut back there. I can always route it in if I want to. So it's going to be testcloud.hazelnet.com. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I can make it normally. Want to take it all the way back to the last one you have. I'm just gonna leave it as the functional level and the domain, the first level and the domain level the same. And put in the password here. This is just a new password for your directory service, restore mode. And it could be anything. You're just making up stuff. Next. Yeah, the parent cannot be found because I haven't, it's fine. Because it's in the hazelnest, because it's cloud, it's testcloud.hazelnet.com. It's just saying that it can't contact hazelnest, which is perfectly fine. And that's that and that. Go next. Go next. Just a review of what's going on. It's the same spiral for what we've configured. So as you see a good green check mark here, that means you're good to go. All these are just little warnings. So and it's configuring my DNS and Active Directory service. Okay, so it will bring up this warning says you're restarting, just as part of the installation. So we'll take a few minutes. Unfortunately, this section doesn't tell us whether or not it's been, going through a reboot. It's only for the instance. So whether or not you reboot the server locally, the instance is always up and running. So you just have to check it periodically. I normally give it 10 minutes and check it if it doesn't connect. It would 10 minutes and check if it doesn't connect. Give it another 10 minutes and then check again. Yeah, there is no sure way of actually checking to make sure the server is up. Okay, it's still not up, back up yet. So it's about 30 minutes later. It's still not coming up. Which means that something is wrong with the server, which is now you can also see the downside to cloud. Something is wrong with the server, but because of the limited interface we have, we can't say exactly what is wrong, but I have a pretty strong guess what it is. It might be something to do with my IP address. Okay, so no need to redo everything, like they say. You have to redo everything. It's just that we're gonna jump a couple of steps here. So what we're gonna do is just do a new from gallery, Windows 2012 how-to preview. Got name. We're gonna name it. What was the name of the other one? That's already Test Cloud 21. So new from gallery preview Test Cloud 21 dash S1 for server 1. This one we're going to leave it as small, not this small. Next, and we put it in the same cloud service. Network is test, we give it the same IP address, and we want to put it in the same storage unit. Then we go next. Make everything auto. Done. And that will continue. I will preview our first server here. So basically what we're going to do is, since they're all on the same network, and we can actually jump in between both of them, but we can't access it from outside since it's an IP address problem, I'm guessing. So I'm creating another server and I can connect to it since it's in the same IP address range, and we'll see what happens there. Okay, so once this second box is back up, we need to go into it and just get the endpoint, the remote desktop, and then we need to bring that back up here. everything. So connect. Wonder why. Ah, where we go. Alright, so what's loading up here is it's the second instance that I put on the same network. So we don't want to do anything with this right now because the only reason why we brought it up is because we need to connect to the other server that's not coming up, which is 19.168.0.4. Okay, let's see, try it again. Perfect. So we're now connected into the test cloud, one that's not working. What? Still loading. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, so a little bit of discrepancy there. And also, close this. Let's go back in here and let's change. So we come in here and change it. Now, if actually this doesn't work, you have to actually. So like I was saying, if this actually doesn't work, you can always put it automatic and just have the cloud system, because once it gives you the list is actually a long time. So you really Really, technically, you don't need it to be static. So let's go ahead and save that. So now that we have actually solved that problem, let's OK. And let's close this here. So discontinue. Alright, let's close all this one. And let's go ahead and try connecting back to resuming our work that we were doing. Just connecting to this. Wow, see, it's already going through. Bring up this, let's see. Alright, we'll get the connection again. Let's get a connect. Voila. And we are back in. Basically, this is from externally. We're back into our DNS server. Which should already be set up. Okay, actually what I need to do is to tools. We've got our Active Directory structure, everything set up. Only one domain controller, nothing has joined yet. Our users, and let's see, what we're concerned with, DNS. So we got a DNS server. That's the basic stuff that we need. Alright. So once our DNS server is set up, go ahead and close that out. And then let's go ahead and just for make sure we got everything straightened out, let's go ahead and shut this down. Remember, we just created this so that we can have access to the network, to the server network, since we were unable to get it from outside. So we created a server within the cloud to get into it. Then once we fixed it, we can access it from outside. So while that is shutting down, what we need to do is to go into network, go to test 1, configuration. Then we're going to make a test cloud DNS, the DNS server for this network. Not for the whole thing, just for the test 1 network, this will be the DNS server. So any network that you create will always go through that DNS. Okay. Once that is done, save. That's telling us that once it's created, you need to restart the virtual machine that's using that network, which is both of them. But that's one of the reasons why we shut down the other virtual server, so that when we bring it back up, we'll have the new DNS information on it, and that will be easier. See this little thing here, that means something is still working, it's still saving it, so don't worry about it. Alright, once it stops moving, that means it's done, and we look at it. Yep, it was updated okay. So remove that out of the way. Then we go ahead and go back one step. Start. Yep. Okay, so once the test cloud 21-S1 is up and running, and let's go ahead and connect to it from external using remote desktop connection. Okay, prompting for a password. So once the S1 server is back, this is back up. So once the S1 server is back up, first we need to check. So it automatically puts the DNS server as the primary DNS for the network. Well, should be good. So once we have confirmed that is what it is, go ahead and go to the local server. We want to go ahead and join the domain. So we'll go to change. We want a domain, and the domain is testcloud.hazelnest.com. Hit on OK. We authenticate. And we are in. And it's a reboot. Sure. Let's close. Let's restart. And like before, a restart doesn't actually stop the instance from running. So we just have to give it 10 minutes or so and try it again. So we reconnect. Prompting for credentials. Don't show this and connect. Alright, once it comes back up, we just confirm on the local server. and we're on the domain, and that is it. Basically, you can put whatever you want on this server, like any other server. You can add more. You can go back into your portal in Windows Azure and add more servers, just like you would bring up a server or at home or at work or wherever. But that is actually it. This is not an official video. This is just me playing around and decided to videotape it. So, FYI. And as you can tell, I'm not a real good presenter. I don't have the voice for a presenter, so